Good morning, P3 students. Today is Thursday and it's the 11th of June 2020. So our learning target for today, I'm just going to hold it. So our learning target for today is I can understand what is meant by fair test. So again, let's read it one more time. So again, today is Thursday. It's 11th of June 2020. So our learning target is that I can understand what is meant by fair test. So maybe you have heard this word before. So a fair, like fair meaning equal, right? And also here test if we do it each word. So later on is so a fair test is a type of test, and later teacher will tell you. Okay, so for today we're going to focus on our learner's book, science learner's book, on page 53. So if you have your book with you, please open it to page 53. So you're gonna see this one. Okay, this page. All right, so in this book, in this page, you are going to see some kids, right? So there are two kids here. So they are going to investigate which of this paper, like this, the one they hold for the plastic, are stronger, or is stronger. So which one of this paper is stronger? So which paper would make the strongest paper bag? So here you are going to need different types of paper. Some masses. Masses are like the weight. So here you will see like this weight, right? You've seen this, or anything that has weight. It could be, it's up to you. It could be anything, right? It could be canned foods that it's heavy, or books that you can use. But here they are using this masses. Can you imagine like a you know, the one we use for exercising, like the barbell, like that. So masses are the same as that. So some has it has 5 kilos, some has 10. So if you go to the gym, you will see those. You can carry the barbell like only 5 kilo, like that. So this one to make weight. Okay, so again, they use paper. So this is a paper being tested. Masses like this, the weight, and also the bag right here. So as you have noticed here, this is picture 1 and picture 2. So for picture 1, why do you think that they are what? They are, why do you think that the paper did not break, right? So here, the paper, this is the paper, it broke. Why? Why do you think? So write your result in a table. So look closely at the strongest paper. Can you see why it is strong? So for your assignment today, you are going to answer only 2 questions. First, why do the pieces of paper have to be the same size? So why do you think like when you cut this one, it should be the same size or same width? Number 2, is paper a good material for a bag, and why? So here, a fair test. So now let's read what is a fair test. So a fair test is controlling a test by only changing one thing and keeping the other things the same. So in this experiment, so again, fair test is a type of test that we control it when we experiment. So we control it by only changing one thing and keeping the other things the same. So in this exercise, or in this experiment, the things that they keep the same are the plastic bag, the weights or the masses, also the sizes and the width or the width of the paper. But the only thing that they change is the thickness and the thinness of a certain of this paper. So maybe this paper is made of cardboard, thick. For example, this, like for example, if I'm going to combine, or no, this book and this notebook, okay. So look at the width. The width is like this. So look, which one is thick? Thick. Which one is thin? Thick, thin. So this book is thin and this is thick. You see? So look at its width. It's thin, and then this one is, look at here, it's thick. If you put them together, right? So this is thick, this is thin. So the only variable that we change is the thickness of the paper. So here, the paper used here is thicker than this one. So this one is thick, this one is thin. So now the question is, why do pieces of paper have to be the same size? So doing the experiment, why we need to use the same paper? Not the same paper, why do we need to use the same size and same width of the paper in order to make the what? The test? Right, so you have to answer that. And then here, is paper a good material for a bag, and why? So here it's your answers will depend on you, will depend on how you understand it. So again, so for the fair test, again, it's controlling a test by only changing one thing and keeping the other things the same. So if we look at the materials that they use, we have the thick and thin paper. We have the plastic bag, and then the assortment of masses, like the weights that they use. So in the experiment, the things that are the same, the plastic bag and the masses, and also the size and the sizes of the paper, right? But then the other one, the only thing that they change is that the other paper is thick and then the other paper is thin. So the strips of the paper must be the same width, like how big it is, right? But then the only thing that makes them different is that the other one is thick, the other one is thin. So what you're going to identify also is like which paper is the strongest. Why is it picture one, it didn't break? Why? You think it's the strongest, and what makes it strong? Is it because it's thick or thin? And how about picture two? Is picture two, is the paper in picture two the strongest or the weakest? And is it the thickest paper or the thinnest paper? Right? So again, your homework for today is you're going to answer questions 1 and 2. That will be all for today. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Goodbye.